The following is a Sunny 99.5 WSTX station editorial.
This is Holland Redfield with the legislative branch of government being on a 2-year election cycle and the executive branch being more than 2 years off on their election cycle. Here looms a potential clash between the executive and legislative branches of government. The governor's most recent executive order imposing a hiring freeze as well as a 2% reduction in allotments to all other agency is where the sticking point is. There is no question that this issue is a result of a legal quagmire over the property tax system, which both the Turnbull and the DeYoung administration has been struggling with for years. Let's look at the political ramifications that surround this complex issue. In some cases, it goes directly to an individual senator's ability to get reelected. One only has to look at the current inflationary spiral and look to the demands of our labor leaders, who have no choice but to move aggressively to keep the heads of their rank and file above water in this devastating inflationary spiral. The big question is the cupboard bare? The governor cited facts that when this year's budget was submitted to the legislature, it was balanced by revenue projections of $123 million in real property taxes. But the legislature's version was significantly modified by the Senate and has led to substantially lower revenues, creating a shortfall of nearly $50 million. The way we see it, the cupboard is bare, irrespective of any gains that the government may have collected in other tax categories. And to make matters even worse, in reality, no property taxes have been collected for the past 2 fiscal years. Clearly, that does not come close to making up the $123 million shortfall. Hence, the chief executive had no choice but to implement a hiring freeze and to impose an across-the-board 2% reduction to all current allotments. There is no question that the governor has this authority by executive order, but even more importantly, he also has a fiduciary responsibility to have done so. Any governor that did not exercise this authority in this current crisis would have been derelict of his duty. Now here is where we have the beef. We strongly recommend that the executive branch be more transparent. By not doing so, they are opening themselves up to criticism by their detractors. Maintaining credibility means opening up the books to the legislature and letting the sun shine in. The other problem we're having with this issue is that we do not support a 2% across-the-board reduction. We have no quarrel with the proposed savings that the administration seeks. Our problem is with the distribution of the proposed reductions. Sound public policy follows the money, and critical agencies such as public safety, education, agencies that stimulate the economy, and agencies that collect money must be exempt from this reduction. The balance of these reductions should be absorbed by the remaining agencies in an equitable manner. It is our hope that this editorial has shed some light on this issue. We call on our leaders to resist the temptation of playing politics. We would hope that they will speak to this issue responsibly, and we would like to remind them that any short-term political gain could mean long-term political pain. Make no mistake, the voters are watching you.
Sunny 99.5 and WSTX welcome your opinions. Please email your comments to our editorial department. Our email address is editorial@viradio.com. Sunny 99.5 and WSTX reserve the right to air your views. Please include your name and other contact information.